Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Castle for the home opener for the CCBC Essex women's basketball team. They are taking on the Monroe Mustangs. This may be the home opener, but it's certainly not the first game of the season for the Knights. The Knights currently sitting at 4-0 on the year. All of their wins have been by at least 25 points this year, 84 points. The fewest points they've scored this season. 56, the most points they've given up on the year. It has been a dominating start to the season for Coach Mike and his team. And let's see how the home opener goes against the Monroe Mustangs. Knights coming off of a 91-41 victory against Delaware Technical Community College. Lyric Swan, 19 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals. As a team, they forced 13 turnovers in that game. See what the strategy is here against the Mustangs, as now both teams out onto the court. The Mustangs in the blue jerseys, the Knights in the home white. Introduce you to the starting lineup as the game goes on. Opening tip goes to the Knights, and the first pass, well, second pass really. Staten got the ball on the tip, gave it up to Swan. Swan's pass to the basket, but a little bit too far out in front. That pass, picture perfect there for the Mustangs, as they get the first basket of the game. Slice right through the full court press of the Knights. 2-0, early lead, 30 seconds into the first quarter. Drive, and comes up a little short. 3 blue jerseys crash the boards, get the rebound. Chance to string some baskets together. 3-pointer in the corner is no good. Rebound by the Knights, and a quick foul picked up by the Mustangs. That rebound was had by Vanessa Woodfolk, freshman out of Charlottesville, Virginia. Previously spent time at Northwest Florida State Community College. Another opportunity for the Knights to get on the board. They've had 2 offensive possessions already. Step back jumper, no good. Another rebound for the Mustangs. 0 for 3 to start for the Knights. Into the painted area, stop, shoot, and another rebound for the Knights. This one by Nay Stanton. Swan takes it herself, and we've got our first official invite to the block party. What a defensive stand here for the Mustangs to start the game, and they bank in the 3-pointer. 5 unanswered points to start the game for the Mustangs. Oh, make it 4. Foot was on the line. Swan, ISO, here comes the pick. Good offensive set, but the shot a little long, and it's another rebound for the Mustangs. And they hold on to the loose ball. Haggerty almost got a steal. Instead, the Mustangs a chance to build on their lead. And they almost do that. Offensive rebound, first to the game, but the second shot, much like the first, just missed. Swan splits right through the defense. What a move by number 22. Lyric Swan, sophomore out of Elkridge, Maryland. Had her shot blocked a second ago, was not deterred. Next time down the court, put the head down, got right to the basket. First point to the game for the Knights. Swan showing a little bit of the defense as well, as almost got a steal for the team. Instead, it's an inbounds play under the basket. Mustangs got to get it in. They do, but Swan gets a hand on it, and this time she'll get credit for the steal. Dish off, three-pointer. That one's long. And it'll be Mustangs' ball as it is last touched by the Knights. Number 24, Patricia Anangba, was there in position to get the offensive rebound. Couldn't secure it, and there we see the press for the Knights pay off for the first time, forcing the turnover, chance to tie or take the lead here. Still 4-2, 3 minutes into the first quarter. Knights offense starting slow. Game still very much in front of them, and there's the first lead of the game for the Knights. And also the game's first three-pointer. Patricia Anangba. And there's another steal. The press paying off here for the Knights. And a quick basket, and we'll have a timeout, our first to the game. It's taken by the Mustangs. We'll keep it here as these two teams talk strategy. Mustangs out to an early lead, but they've watched that lead switch on to the side of the Knights now as it's 7-4 with just under 7 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Both teams starting a little slow offensively, but the defense picking up the Knights. They missed their first 3 shots, but then you saw back-to-back turnovers forced. And just like that, they have their first lead of the game. Mustangs coaching staff, led by head coach Dana Warner, quick to call a timeout there after they just watched their team turn the ball over 2 times in a row. This Knights team is going to get off lots of shots. They like to play fast. One of the keys to the game here for the Mustangs is going to be limiting their turnovers. Now, I understand that's a Captain Obvious statement if there ever is one. That much more important to limit your turnovers going up against this Knights team. The way they play the game, and also with the offensive weapons they have. Every player on that court at all times for the Knights is ready and willing to pull off the three-point shot. Mustangs 15 on the shot clock, and great post position. Catch it, turn, and shoot, and it's a 1-point game. And there's a turnover by the Knights. Coach Cini not happy with what he saw there. We'll see our first substitution check into the game at the next break for the Knights. And there's a steal. Mustangs offensive strategy clear. They want to get that ball into the painted area. They feel like they have a mismatch there. As number 20, Sarah Caro, freshman out of Spain, has had a couple of baskets already here. 7-6 still here. The Knights in front. They've watched their 3-point lead turn into a 1-point lead, though. Swan, little hesitation. Turn and shoot, and gets the friendly roll off the iron. Boys and girls at home, that's why you put that extra spin on the ball. More of the same. This time the double comes, passes out, the drive, and that one's long. Rebound had by Haggerty. Here come the Knights. Looking to press, looking to push. Up and in. Oh, and the foul. Beautiful offense by the Knights, led by number 24, Patricia Anangba. Slicing through the defense and setting up the teammate, Promise Cunningham, with a nice offensive opportunity. Couldn't finish, but was fouled. We'll try and earn those 2 points at the line. Look to go 1 for 2 as the first one is short. And 1 for 2. Mustangs getting through the press easily that time. Little hesitation, and the blocking foul on Cunningham. A nice move, caught it at the three-point line, faked the shot, little hesitation, bought enough space and time. Put the ball on the ground, take it right to the cup. Coach Cini seems to be convinced that there was a travel before the foul. It's a 10-6 lead here with just over 5 minutes to play in the quarter. Both teams have gone 1 for 2 from the line. Oh, nice behind the back move. Swan pulls up for 3, and it's short. Offensive rebound by the Knights. And up and in. Second chance opportunity. They make the most of it. 12-7 now. Mustangs again get through the press. And again, the Knights pick up a foul as well. Believe it's another foul on Cunningham, and if it is, that'd be 2 quick fouls. Now with under 5 minutes to play in the quarter, Mustangs will take it on the sideline. Double team comes, Mustangs pass out. Looking for something to open up. The three-point shot is there, it's long. Offensive rebound had by the Mustangs. The second chance, no good for them. Another offensive set here for the Knights, 12-7. And that's an easy 2 points for Vanessa Woodfolk. Woodfolk, a starter in the game, checked out early, is now checked back in and picked up 2 points for the Knights. Increased their lead to 7. Three-pointer in the corner, no good. Cunningham this time with the rebound, looking to go quickly. And that's going to be offensive. Our first charge of the game. Mustangs showing a willingness to play the physical game. Good defensive set for the Mustangs. Keeps the Knights scoreless that time and also keeps the game at 14-7. Double team. Pass out. Down low. Turn, shoot, and oh! Referee, perfect position to call this the foul on Jalen Swan. Knights had 2 players there. One of them picked up the foul. Looks of frustration on their faces right now. They thought they had a turnover. And an easy transition opportunity. Stays a 7-point game again as Mustangs missed the first one. Here comes the second. And another 1 for 2 trip to the line for the Mustangs. 14-8 now. Long 3. Good! 17-8. Three-point skills on display there. Not afraid to take the long one. And a great pass. The finish, we'll work on that later. But the second go-around, much better than the first. Wentz with the 2 points for the Mustangs. Another three-pointer, no good, but a foul. And a great display of sportsmanship there. As the 24s for both teams. Little handshake. Number 24 for the Knights, Patricia Anangba, the one who took the three and was fouled. Number 24 for the Mustangs, Ayasia Pink, helping up the fallen comrade. Knights missed the first, but they've got two this time, or two more this time. And they'll make the second. Let's see what they've got here on the third. It's now an 8-point Knights lead, 18-10, just over 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. And we have seen a little bit of everything here in this first quarter. We've seen both teams crash the boards. We've seen both teams 1 for 3 that time from the line as they missed the third. And the Knights get a hand on it and eventually force the turnover. Oh my! What a catch! What a block! Oh my goodness! Olivia Medford. Effort will get you mighty far in life. And the effort was on full display from the Mustangs. And Olivia Medford is trying her hardest. I missed the foul call. No block, instead it's a foul. Anangba goes back to the line, and after going 1 for 3 a second ago, she starts this trip off with a miss. And it's 1 for 2 again from the line. It may have been a foul call there, but you got to love the effort on display from number 11, Olivia Medford, freshman out of Rockville, New York. It's 19-10 now, and a blocking foul. Lillian Harris will check into the game now here for the Knights, as well as Cassandra Hawthorne. Good on the first one, the Mustangs. At the line for the Mustangs, number 12, Amy Sangari, freshman out of the Bronx. And we've got our first perfect trip to the line, as the Mustangs make both that time and move it to a 19-12 game. Just under 3 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Like I was saying a moment ago, we've seen a little bit of everything. Seen both teams crash the boards. We've seen both teams have some great defensive plays, and there we saw some great offense on display. Cassandra Hawthorne just checked into the game. A pump fake and then a drive, and the 2 points. A great move to get to the basket that time from the Mustangs. Naomi Barnwell. Barnwell came up just a little short. Nothing short on that three-point attempt. It's good. Largest lead of the game now at 12 points. And there's a steal. 2 points at the cup and another timeout for the Mustangs. The Knights now lead by 14, 26-12. And what a 30-second run here for the Knights. It was 2:49 on the clock while the Mustangs were at the line. And you blink, and you missed a lot of action for the Knights. They got the 3 points and then the steal. Wow. What a run here for the Knights. We'll take a quick timeout with the two teams. Be back after this. 26-12, the Knights maybe starting to find their footing. All right, and the two teams are coming back out onto the court. As I said before the timeout, it was 2:49 on the clock while the Mustangs were at the line. They went 2 for 2 from the line. And there's a travel. Our first of the game. So the Mustangs went 2 for 2 from the line. Cassandra Hawthorne with a nice move. Scoop and score, 2 points. Then a turnover. Lyric Swan came up with a 3. That was 5 straight points for the Knights. And then a steal from Patricia, who just got the offensive rebound there. And the scoop and score made it 7 straight points. And the Knights get 3 shots on that possession and miss all 3. The Mustangs watch the Knights go on a 7-0 run. They'd like to end that right here. 3-pointer, great closeout. Made it difficult. Hawthorne pulls down the rebound. Knights going quickly. Swan for 3. And no good, and it's 1 and done this time. Mustangs still looking to put an end to the Knights' run here. It's not looking great for them right now with it being 26-12, but if they can go on a nice run here, close out this final minute of the first quarter, put themselves in a nice position going into the second quarter. Here's a substitution checking in. Sarah Caro checks back in for the Mustangs. Number 20 started the game for the Mustangs, and when she was in earlier, the offensive strategy was clear. They wanted her to establish position down low. They wanted to get her the ball so she could make a move. Did it a few times. And 1 for 2 from the line the Mustangs are that time. And they move it to a 13-point game. 26-13 is the score, with just over a minute left to play in the quarter. Here comes the pick. It's a good one. Swan up, and it's not in, but it did the work to earn the trip to the line. That was a great pick set by Woodfolk. Springs Lyric Swan free to take it to the hoop. Nice little move afterwards as well. Couldn't finish at the cup, but he's good to start from the line. And the Knights have, frustration foul early here from the Mustangs as Lyric will go to the line again. I was just about to say the Knights have their first perfect trip to the line. They may have another one here. 28-13 is the score. The Knights will get right back on that merry-go-round, do it again. 3 straight foul shots made by the Knights. More specifically, 3 straight foul shots made by number 22, Lyric Swan. Make it 4 straight, and now it's 30-13. The Mustangs got it to a 13-point game, and then they quickly watched the Knights make it a 17-point game. Long 3. A laser beam shot comes off the end of the iron. 40 seconds left. In the first quarter, that is. Swan, the no-look pass. And maybe caught Woodfolk by surprise. Lyric Swan slicing and dicing through the Mustangs through the Mustangs defense. The body language on the Mustangs says it all. They look like they have run into a buzzsaw here over the last few seconds, and there's a good take to the rim. Came up a little short on the shot, and now the Knights can hold for the final shot. They will not. They'll take the 3 instead, and that one comes off the front of the iron. And now the Mustangs can hold for the final shot as they'll have 13.5 on the clock. 30-13 is the score here. Remember, the Knights missed their first 3 shots of the game. It was 0 for 3 for them to start the game. They certainly put that behind them. And the Mustangs are going to have to put this first half, or excuse me, this first quarter behind them, as a mental error gives the Knights an opportunity for the buzzer beater. They dribble it off their foot. And with 3 seconds left in the quarter, Coach Sini and the rest of the coaches are going to talk a little strategy here and try and draw up the perfect play to get a shot off. A 17-point lead right now. Will that be the lead going into the second quarter? We're going to find out here in a moment. 30-13 on the clock. Mustangs need to find a way to play defense without fouling. Really, both teams need to find a way to play defense without fouling. The Mustangs trips to the line. It's where most of their offenses come here in this game. Let's see what the strategy is for these two teams in this final 3 seconds of the quarter. Half-court shot. Would have counted if it went in, but there's certainly a lot of ifs in this first quarter. If the Knights didn't find a way to start making their shots, the Mustangs would maybe still be in the lead. If the Mustangs find a way to piece together some good defensive sets, maybe this game be a little closer. Right now, it is all Knights. 30-13 the score at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter after this short break. And here we are back for the start of the second quarter. In quarter number 1, leading scorer for the Knights, no surprise, number 22, Lyric Swan, 13 points. Oh, nice move down low. The finish, will work on that later, though. Offensive rebound. Can't get that shot either. 0 for 2 that time on the offensive side. There's a 3 off the front of the iron again. And the Knights are 0 for 2, but they get an offensive rebound, and they lose it. So both teams 0 for 2 to start. Oh, nice behind-the-back move, creating some space down low. Kick out for 3, no good. And just one shot that time down the court for the Mustangs. Hawthorne going, and will earn a trip to the line. As I started to say a moment ago, leading scorer for the Knights in the first quarter, Lyric Swan, 13 points, though number 24, Patricia Anangba, not far behind Lyric with 9 points. You look on the other side, the Mustangs, as of right now, no players with more than 2 points. And Hawthorne missed the first one. What should have been 1 for 2 ends up being 2 for 2 because of the violation. And just like that, it is 32-13. And the right idea, poor execution. There was space there. Just missed out on an offensive set there. Another trip down the court here for the Knights. Lyric with the step back. That time long, and another offensive rebound, this one from Nay Staton. They'll swing it one more. Haggerty in the corner for 3. Long, it's another rebound for Nay, and there is another invite to the block party sent out by the Mustangs. 2 offensive rebounds on that offensive set for the Knights, but no points. 3 straight rebounds here for Nay Staton. Haggerty thought about pulling. Staton will take. And oh my, a hard foul. And number 3, Nay Staton, freshman out of Jersey City, certainly earned that trip to the line. Staton, 3 straight rebounds for the Knights. And now an opportunity to get the scoring going. It's been a slow start for the scoring here in this second quarter. Neither team with a made basket yet. The Knights do have 3 points off of foul shots. And it'll stay at 3 as they miss the second one. 1 for 2 from the line that time for the Knights. Pull up 3 in transition, and we've got our first basket of the second quarter. It's a 3-pointer from the Mustangs, Deja Wentz. 3-pointer for the Knights. That's no good. And there's a fight down low for that rebound. And the Mustangs player is not happy with how that call came out. And it's another trip to the line for Staton. Excuse me, that was not in the act of shooting, so it'll be an inbounds play from under the basket. Haggerty will take it. 33-16 is the score. The Knights still without a made basket here in this second quarter. And there's a great take. Space was there. Staton took advantage of the space, earned the trip to the line. It's 3 for 4 to start the second quarter from the line. Let's see what improves to here. Make it 4 out of 5. Make it 5 for 6 is Staton. 1 for 2 the first trip here in the second quarter. 2 for 2 on the second. 35-16. The Knights slowly but surely building on their lead. Double team in the corner. Pass out and Staton's there. Staton's everywhere. Coast to coast. Kick out to Haggerty. One more. The take, baseline. Haggerty for three. Good! What an offensive set by the Knights. Ball moving from side to side, and there's Staton again. And now the Mustangs with their first made basket of the second quarter. Last offensive set for the Knights, a beautiful one. Ball moving from side to side. Finally, the three-pointer from Kendall Haggerty. Lyric takes, and the foul. I think there was some confusion offensively amongst the Knights players. As soon as that whistle was blown, they all got together to talk about what should have been or what might have been. And Swan makes good on the first. What an effort here from Nay Staton. Number 3, like I said, the freshman out of Jersey City, New Jersey. 2 trips to the line already. Some offensive rebounds, a defensive rebound, some steals. Number 3 doing a little bit of everything here in this second quarter. Turn. Shoot, baby hook, just missed. Mustangs have gotten the ball deep into the painted area, just have not finished, and there is number 3 again. Nay Staton is having herself a quarter. Wow. And the reaction from the Knights bench says it all. The shots may not be falling right now like the Knights want, but their effort is unmatched. Effort will get you mighty far in life, and it's getting the Knights out to a big lead here right now. 42-18 is the score with just over 6 minutes to play in the half. Big group substitution checking into the game here for the Knights. Lyric Swan still out there. Pass in the corner, Cunningham takes. Oh my, what a move by Cunningham! Took the pass from Swan, drove baseline, a little hesitation. Wow, what a move by number 50. And a nice move there from the Mustangs to get the shot, but they just can't finish. Knights can't finish that time. Ill-advised shot maybe. Spin, and there's a travel. Second travel call of the game, both of them going against the Mustangs. And let's talk about a moment ago what we saw from number 50, Promise Cunningham, the sophomore out of Washington, D.C. Swan pulls up, shoots, and misses, and that'll give us a chance to talk about Cunningham's basket. Cunningham took that pass from Swan, drove baseline, looked over back to Lyric for a moment, and that bought enough time and enough space to get the shot off, and what a pretty play by number 50. And we have seen a lot of pretty plays for the Knights. Mustangs, not so much, and that's why they take the timeout and want to talk strategy. Just over 5 minutes to play here in the half. It's 44-18. The first quarter, it was all Knights. The second quarter, it's looking like more of the same. One of the most impressive things about this run here for the Knights in the second quarter is that they're doing it without the shots falling like they usually are. This run really built on their defense. Defense strong to start here. Pull-up jumper, that one's good. No defense for a perfect shot, and that's what that was for the Mustangs. Open three for the Knights is short. Baskets. Not there like they usually are here for the Knights. Shots. Coming up empty more times than not, but the strong defense is giving them transition opportunities. And then, of course, all the trips to the line. Knights have already had a lot of trips to the line here in the second quarter, and they'll probably have a few more as Mustangs already sitting at 5 fouls. Tanae Arnold at the line here for the Mustangs, 2 for 2 for number 3. Lyric pulls the shot and buries it. Lyric, Swan, having a game here. 13 points in the first quarter. More than a few points here in the second. Cunningham almost a steal. Mustangs regroup and get the easy 2 points at the cup, 47-24. Lillian Harris will pull. And Cunningham with the rebound, and it's a jump ball or maybe a foul. It's a foul as Cunningham is headed back over to the line. One for 2 at the line, 48-24, largest lead of the game here for the Knights. And Swan, why not? Get a steal as well. The teardrop, no good. The offensive rebound and the second go-round, no good as well, but it's another offensive rebound for the Knights. Cunningham pulls the 3, and that one is no good either. Oh, Cunningham with the steal. Can't save it, though, as the Mustangs get the rebound, or the second go-round, I should say. Cunningham got her hands on that ball, tried to save it, couldn't. And Lyric Swan, another three-pointer. 51-26. And we'll see a brand new 5 check into the game at the next break, as the Mustangs get another three-pointer, 51-29. Lillian Harris, pump fake. Patricia drives, kicks out. Who else? Lyric Swan. And Patricia Anangba celebrated a little early that time. Oh, what a fight for the ball, and it's a jump ball. Effort on display here on both sides for the Knights. This time, Jalen Swan. And as I said before, brand new 5 checking in. What a first half for number 22, Lyric Swan. Came into this quarter with 13 points. More than a few points here in the second quarter as well. Mustangs got a hand on that. Looking for the offense. Shots starting to fall a little bit more frequently for these two teams. Not amounting to much, though, for the Mustangs. In and out. Been that kind of game. Hit every part of the rim except for the bottom. Haggerty will pull the three, and it's no good. Staton tries to chase down another offensive rebound. Cannot, but forces the Mustangs to touch it last. It'll be another offensive set here for the Knights. Hawthorne looking for the space. Passes out to Haggerty, who gives it right back to Hawthorne. And there's a steal from the Mustangs. Trying to go in transition. Pass was a little bit too far out in front, and it's a turnover. And the Knights will do it again. Under 2 minutes to play here in the half now. The jumper is good. It was contested, but still good. Good defense, better offense. And a charge for the Knights. Who else but Nay Staton? Bench was excited, and you can't blame them. That was a nice defensive set there for the Knights. And with 1:25 seconds left in the half, the Knights will have a chance to build on their lead a little bit here. 53-29 is the score. What a home opener for Coach Sini's squad. Hawthorne pulls the three and comes up empty. And the steal from Hawthorne on the other side. The press is starting to really pay off here for the Knights. Double dribble from Hawthorne after the steal gives possession back to the Mustangs, but the press that the Knights have been playing from the opening whistles really starting to pay off here as the Mustangs having to earn everything they've got. It's making this game that much more difficult. Mustangs looking for an opening offensively. Under 10 on the shot clock. They don't have a lot of time. And there's another travel. Third of the game. Shots have been falling a little bit more frequently for the Knights here in the later stages of this second quarter, but not their normal offensive output. And Haggerty with a great save. Step back three, no good. Rebound had by the Mustangs. They can hold for the final shot. They'll take that shot, get the offensive rebound, put it up again. No foul call. And the clock hits triple zeros with the score of 53-29. What a first half for the Knights. I started to say a moment ago, the Knights, the shots falling a little bit more frequently for them in the late stages of the second quarter, but really it's been the defense that has put them in this position. Between their defense and the Mustangs' inability to play defense without fouling, that's what's got the Knights into this big lead right now. We'll take a 15-minute break while these two teams talk a little strategy. We'll be back after this with the second half. Welcome back here, and we will start the second half in a moment. Some numbers to go through that summarize the first half. Well, the biggest numbers that summarize the first half is 53-29. Those are the numbers on the big scoreboard. The Knights are up 53-29. Some of the other numbers to talk about, Lyric Swan, 21 points in the first half on 6 of 14 shooting, 3 of 7 from downtown. 15 turnovers for the Mustangs in the first half. 12 points off those turnovers for the Knights. Not only 15 turnovers for the Mustangs in the first half, but 16 fouls committed by the Mustangs in that first half. Some more numbers for the Knights. 9 offensive rebounds and 8 steals for the home team. And not just the home team, but the home team playing in their first home game of the season. This is a picture-perfect start to, and oh my, everyone got silent there for a moment as that ball took a few bounces around the rim, and the Mustangs start the second half off with a basket, moving the score to 53-31. How will the Knights answer? Swan for 3, make it 24 points for Lyric Swan. Lyric Swan already at her season average of 23.8 points a game. And what a move by Staten to get to the rim, can't finish. Haggerty got a hand on it, but couldn't keep it in bounds. And it'll remain 56-31 for a little bit longer. And another travel. It's the 4th of the game, all of them on the Mustangs. They had 3 in the first half, and there's the first of the second half. So 56-31 will be the score a little bit longer. Knights still looking for their second made basket of the half. How quickly you forget, Lyric Swan had the three-pointer earlier in the half. Mustangs took it hard to the hoop, came up empty. Patricia will come up empty this time, but she'll go to the line as she earned her trip. Took a hard fall there. Nanangba, 9 points in the first quarter. Held scoreless in the second, but looking to get the scoring going here again. And there it is. Whistle goes against the Knights. I'll give the Mustangs a little bit more time. We saw in the late stages of that second quarter, the press that the Knights have been playing really started to take its toll on the Mustangs. And once again, press doing its work as the game got up close and personal there for a second. Here comes the inbounds play right here in front of us. Lyric Swan, shake and bake, pull-up jumper. It's good. 5 points for number 22 here in this third quarter. The Euro step, the finish, we'll work on that later. Rebound had by the Knights. Here they come, trying to push in transition. Swan fakes the 3. Her teammate will take it and make it. Vanessa Woodfolk takes the pass from Lyric Swan and buries the three-pointer. And then the block on the other side, number 33, doing it all. Oh my, what a move, and stepped on the line. And the look of frustration on number 22's face says it all. Lyric Swan thought for sure she had herself a YouTube moment there with the crossover dribble to create the space and then the kick out. She thought they were going to have, oh my, gets a hand on it. No turnover though. Mustangs get it back and then they turn it over. It's more of the same here to start the second half for the Mustangs. The Knights have shot them a few times, but really the Mustangs shooting themselves more than anything. Swan, couple of moves, gives it up to Haggerty. She'll pull the three. Great closeout defensively, making that difficult. Olivia Medford with the closeout for the Mustangs. Not giving Haggerty the easy 3 points. Medford had a great defensive play in the first half for the Mustangs that ended up being called a foul, but certainly appreciated the show. Haggerty, another three. This time it's good. It's 3 3-pointers already here in the second half for the Knights. Medford got the gift. Offensive rebound. And what a fight for it down low, and eventually a foul call. Great effort on display from both teams there. Fighting for the ball and fighting for the rebound. In the first half, we talked about it a few times, how the shots weren't falling for the Knights like they usually are. Well, here in the second half, they're starting to fall. Lyric Swan, what a pass. Vanessa Woodfolk again takes the pass from Swan and puts it in. 3-pointer, Medford. That one's long. Rebound chased down by the Mustangs. Medford a little bit closer this time, and she will go to the line as Nay Staton will not get the charge. She was in the restricted area. Love the effort on display here from both teams, and number 3 has been driving that effort bus for the Knights all game long, doing a little bit of everything. So almost 4 minutes into the third quarter. The Knights picked up right where they left off in the second. 67-33 is the score. Haggerty for 3, and she cannot make it 2 in a row. Everybody there on that Knights bench making the call, even if the ref didn't. He did eventually make the call. But everybody on that Knights bench knew that that foot was on the line and it was out of bounds. Another possession here for the team in the white jerseys. 67-33 is the score. Can the Knights add to their lead here? Knights came into today's game 4-0 on the season, well on their way to pushing it to 5-0 as that shot was long, hit the back of the rim. Mustangs going coast to coast. What a block! Oh my, Vanessa Woodfolk sending out the official invite to the block party. Got a technical afterwards for the taunt, but when you got it like that, you got it like that. Vanessa Woodfolk previously played her college ball at Northwest Florida State Community College. Game up short on the first one. Here comes the second one. Oh for 2 from the line, and somewhere Rasheed Wallace is yelling, "Ball don't lie." Mustangs get the ball back after the technical. 0 for 2 from the line. Some spacing issue. Now the space opens up, but the pass is not accurate. Coast-to-coast opportunity, and puts it in for 2. A great effort play there from Patricia Nangba. Another steal here for the Knights. Another transition. Lyric Swan has it bounce off the leg. And all good things must come to an end, and that good run here for the Knights comes to an end for now. Mustangs calling out the play, and they stepped on the line. Good defensive set there from the Knights, forcing the turnover. Cutting off the real estate. Couldn't get a hand on the ball, but took away the space on the floor. Swan, step back, jumper. And I think she thought she was fouled. Coast to coast, and oh my, it rolled around the rim, but did not get the friendly roll, the Mustangs. They will go to the line for 2, as it is currently 69-33 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. This first 5 minutes of the second half has been all Knights, and I can't say it's much of a surprise. The Mustangs have been running into the buzzsaw here today as this Knights team came to play. Lyric pulls up for 3. That one's long. Lillian Harris with the rebound. Nothing on the second go-around. Mustangs for 3. No good. Offensive rebound for them. Oh my, they had the 3 open, but nobody saw. Lyric Swan again. And again, it's good. And a timeout taken. We'll take 1 too with these teams. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And the Knights maybe on the verge of putting together their best offensive performance of the year so far, which is really saying something given the fact that the shots were not falling for them in the first half. But the second half, man, oh man, the offense is on display. Oh, thank you. All right. Strategy session is over. Let's see what these two teams have in store for us in this final 4 minutes of the quarter. And oh my, Cunningham sends out an invite to the block party and then gets the rebound. Coast to coast. And they'll have a good chuckle about that in the film session. Cunningham with a nice move on the defensive side. The offense will work on that one later. Though you can't blame her for trying. Cunningham had that great move on the basket, or to the basket, I should say, in the late stages of the first half. Hawthorne pulls it. Cunningham puts it in for two off the offensive rebound. 73-35. So not only are the Knights maybe putting together their best offensive outing of the season so far, they may be putting together their best defensive outing as well. The most points they've given up this season is 56. I think everybody will be surprised if the Mustangs got to that at this point, the way things are going right now. Anything's possible, of course. And there's an offense, or excuse me, there's a defensive rebound for the Mustangs. The quick trigger with the shot on display here for the Knights in this third quarter. They're open, they're shooting it. Now, of course, a lot of that has to do with talent, but a huge part of that has to do with the encouragement of this coaching staff. This coaching staff really empowers these players to feel like every shot is their shot. Speaking of their shot, Lyric Swan in the bag, and no good that time, though. Hawthorne, the offensive rebound, kicks it out. We'll do it again. This time for three, and it's no good. Another offensive rebound. A lot of shots, no points. Lyric Swan took the three. Jalen Swan took the three, and here's Swan again. Jalen couldn't get the three, but got the two. 75-37 is the score. Was in the middle of talking about how the coaching staff really empowers these players to feel like every shot is their shot. Sometimes you'll see players hesitate to take shots, particularly players coming off the bench. There's no player on that Knights team that is afraid to shoot the ball. And Lyric Swan, no fear in her game whatsoever as she rips another one. Easy 2 points for the Mustangs as no one stopped ball that time down the court. Oh my, speaking of easy, it doesn't get much easier than that. Another 2 points there for the Knights. Naomi Barnwell got the jumper on the last trip into the offensive zone. This time took it to the cup and earned the trip to the line. So I said a moment ago that 56 points is the most points the Knights have given up this season. 84 points is the fewest points they've scored in a game, and they're already getting pretty close to that with 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the third quarter. 79-42 is the score right now. Actually, make it 79-43 after the made foul shot. The pick. Lyric Swan takes the pass. Takes the shot. Cannot go under the screen against this Knights team. Lyric Swan tried to make him pay. Came up empty that time. Wentz with the ball for the Mustangs. Good post position. Turn, shoot, And the whistle. Caro. Caro caught the ball in a nice position down low. Felt there was a mismatch, and obviously there was. Foul committed, sends him to the line, 79-44. Make it 45. Under a minute to play. Turn and shoot, and it's good. Swan to Swan. Barnwell pulls up on the jumper, no good. And the Knights are looking to go fast again. Swan to Swan again. It's good! 6 straight points from Jalen. (22-23). What a connection. Wentz kicks it out for 3. No good. And the Knights can hold for the final shot, but I don't think they're gonna. The finger roll is no good. The offensive rebound had by the Knights. And wow, it has been that kind of game for the Knights. 87-45 is the score at the end of the third quarter, and what a third quarter it was for the Knights. We'll give you the stats when we come back. Stick around, the fourth quarter is coming up. Figured that. Couldn't have been a coincidence, but... All right, I talked about the numbers at the end of the third quarter. Well, here are the numbers. Lyric Swan, 30 points, 10 of 24 shooting, 4 of 12 from downtown, and 7 assists to go with those 30 points. Her sister, Jaylyn Swan, 15 points, 3 of 6 from downtown, and double-double alert. Number 33, Vanessa Woodfolk, 10 rebounds already to go along with 9 points. And Cassandra Hawthorne, the scoop and score. 89-45. Knights well on their way to improving to 5-0 on the season, 1-0 at home, as this is the home opener for Coach Sini's squad. Barnwell kicks it out, 3 in the corner. It's no good. Rebound had by the Mustangs, and an easy 2 points off the glass. Haggerty, catch, and gives it up. Good closeout defensively from Medford. Haggerty was looking to catch and shoot. And another scoop and score, this time from Patricia Nangba. And she has 14 points here in the game. Oh, what a spin, but what a defensive move to make sure it wasn't easy. Make them earn it at the line. Olivia Medford with the great spin move after the catch, but a great recovery defensively from the Knights. I believe Jaylyn was the one who picked up the foul. Not 100% sure on that. What I am 100% sure of is the Knights are in the driver's seat here in this one. 91-49, Hawthorne, dribble, shoot, it's long, offensive rebound. The Knights are a force here in this one. Going fast, kick out, who else but Swan? Make it 4 for 7 for 3 for number 23. Knights 4 points away from their first 100-point game of the season. They've got 8 minutes to do it. You think they can? Stepped on the line, but she was forced to step on the line. The referee says the push, Cassandra Hawthorne. This would be a good time to remind you at home to stick around for the after-game interviews. We'll talk to Coach Cini and at least one, maybe two of the players. I'm sure Lyric Swan going to be one of those players given the effort she's had here in this game. Also, now will be a good time to thank you for joining us here on this Saturday afternoon. Thanks for joining us all season long. The steal, and coast to coast. The easy 2 points after the steal. It's now 98-49. Knights a long way away from missing their first 3 shots of the game. And there's an invite to the block party. A great rotation defensively there. Wow. Two for 2 from the line after the foul call that no one was expecting. Lyric Swan, an easy 2 points there. And it's official. The Knights have their first 100-point game of the season. Will it be their last? You'll have to stick around with us all season long to find out. What a start to the season here. What a start to the season here for the Knights as they are well on their way to improving to 5-0 on the year. 1-0 at home as this is the first official home game of the year. We saw the Knights earlier this year in a scrimmage, but this is the first official home game of the year. First time that the fans are getting to come into the castle. First time in a while the fans are getting to come in here to the castle because there was no women's basketball last year. Thanks a lot, COVID. Hawthorne. Swan for 3. We all got to miss every once in a while. Hesitation, bought some space for a second, but good recovery defensively. Barnwell takes it on the scoop, but no score. Lyric, full court. Oh, what a move to stop and kick it out. Jaylyn Swan is having herself a second half. Jaylyn Swan is now 5 for 8 from 3. Haggerty up to Hawthorne, and she puts it in for 2. And a timeout taken. We'll take one too. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 105-51 is the score. What a second half explosion here for the Knights. Remember in the first half when I said the shots weren't falling? Oh, how the tables have turned. Substitutions have checked into the game here for the Knights. One of them making their presence felt right away. Jayla Lewis thought she had a steal until she didn't. Lillian Harris has checked into the game, as well as Promise Cunningham. And Lyric Swan may be taking a bow over there on the sideline as she has checked out of the game, and given the way the scoreboard looks right now, not so sure we're going to see her again here this afternoon. Cunningham with the steal, a gifted steal, and takes it in for 2, fights through the contact. And number 50 with another 2 points. Promise Cunningham previously played at NC Central University. Good spark plug off the bench here this afternoon for Coach Sini and the squad. Cunningham around the defender, takes it to the hoop. Slight work. Barnwell, the step back, and it's good. Barnwell has put together a nice performance here in this second half. Cunningham wanted to drop that pass off, but the whistle came before. And the ref wants to break it up. Not happy with something he saw out there. Coach Sini, his squad is up big, but you wouldn't be able to tell given the way he's coaching from that sideline. Hasn't sat down once and is still calling out the plays. They talked about a moment ago. We talked about, excuse me, easy for me to say. We talked about moments ago how this coaching staff empowers the players to feel like every shot is their shot. But the empowerment of the players goes beyond just the offensive side. This coaching staff empowers the players to also know that their defense can create offense just as well as their set plays. You know, they'll run a lot of set plays, but a lot of their offense is going to come off turnovers. And we saw the press for most of this game, more than a few turnovers off the press. Not exactly sure what the number is right now, but at the start of the second half, the Mustangs had 15 turnovers. They've had more than a few here in the second half as well. So that number certainly has gotten larger. 111-53 is the score. 4 minutes and some change left in this one. Again, I encourage you fans at home to stick around till after the game, as we'll talk to Coach Sini, Lyric Swan, and Patricia Nongba. Talk about what it was like to be playing in front of the fans here at the Castle. Talk about what it has been like to start the season on the hot streak that they have. Mustangs get a hand on it, but the Knights eventually chase it down. But the whistle goes against the Knights, and the Mustangs will take over possession once again. From the high post, and it's poked out. Cunningham splits the defense, going quickly, and did not realize that the Mustangs had caught up. Jalissa Fatorma, the one who got a hand on it, forced the turnover by the Knights. Cunningham trying to find Staton. And no whistle there, except to change possession. Cunningham lost it there. Mustangs put it in there for the easy 2 points. Pull up three in transition, no good. Staton with the rebound, spin, the shot is no good, but she will go to the line as she earned the trip. All expenses paid, vacation to the foul line. One for two from the line. Lillian Harris tried to chase it down. Great effort, but comes up just a little short. Just over 3 minutes to play here now. 112-56 is the score. What a picture-perfect start to the basketball season here at the Castle, and Barnwell takes it as far as she can, and then the second charge of the game for this Knights team. That kind of perfectly sums up the day it has been for the Mustangs. They make a nice move, but they run right into the teeth of the defense, and the whistle goes not in their favor. There is a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointed down to the other side of the court as the Mustangs steal a possession. Great defensive effort on both sides from both teams. You got the charge on one side and then the tie-up on the other. Talked about a minute ago how the coaching staff empowers the team defensively just as much as offensively. And I really think that's been the biggest difference here in the game. Of course, you can look at the scoreboard and see that the Knights have hit more shots than the Mustangs. That much is clear as we see another shot there from Cassandra Hawthorne. But so many points and so many opportunities for the Knights here in this game have come off solid defensive plays like we saw right there. Cunningham behind the back, the Euro, and the trip to the line. Cunningham with a nice display of offensive moves there. First, the behind-the-back dribble to create the space at the half-court line. And then the nice Euro step to get around the first defender in the painted area. As in the middle is saying, so many of the offensive opportunities here for the Knights have come on transition plays. And they've made the most of their half-court opportunities, but when they've gotten a chance to go out and run, they've made the most of it. Coach Cini, I know talking to him 2 years ago, was a big fan of Coach Mike D'Antoni, the old school 7 seconds or less offense, and we've seen a lot of that here this afternoon. The difference between this Knights team and those old Suns teams, the defense solid here for the Knights. No shootout here at the Castle. All the shooting is coming on one side. 117-59 is the score. Not sure how much I like the referee making the player run after the ball there. I think they do enough running, but I don't get paid to talk about the refs, right? Three-pointer on the inbounds, and it'll be 3 points at the line, or at least 3 shots at the line. First one's good. Second one, not as much. What do they have here on the third? Jayla Lewis. Transfer out of Notre Dame University. Lewis from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland to be specific. Our Lady of Mount Carmel. It's where she spent her high school days. And it'll be another trip down the court here for the Knights, as they get an opportunity to show off the offense here again. Lillian Harris kicking it around. Hawthorne has it now. 15 on the shot clock. Cunningham will slow it down. Harris pumps, drives, and is invited to the block party by Barnwell. Barnwell taking it, looking to go coast to coast. She'll slow it down, actually, kick it over to a teammate. And now the Mustangs playing around with it. The shoulder jumper, nothing but air. 65 seconds is all that separates these two teams from the final whistle. Now, both of these teams looking forward to that final whistle for two very different reasons. The Knights excited to be moving to 5-0 on the season. The Mustangs looking to just get this game over with. The Mustangs will fall to 1-4 on the year with the loss here this afternoon to Coach Cini's squad. Speaking of Coach Cini, remember after the game, I'll sit down with him, have a few questions for the coach about what he saw here today and what he expects to see moving forward. On top of Coach Cini, we'll also talk to Lyric Swan and number 24, Patricia Anangba. There's a jump ball. Possession arrow is in favor of the Knights, so it'll be another trip down to the offensive zone for the Knights, and they can hold for the final shot as the shot clock has now been turned off. 119-59, that's the score right now. Will it be the final score? It will not. A step back jumper. Whoa, Nelly, 121-59. What a beauty. And I think that's all she wrote here in this one. Mustangs happy to just dribble out the rest of this clock. No basket. Wouldn't have counted even if it went in. 121-59 is the final score. The Knights, their first 100-point game. And my, oh my, was this a great start to the season, or their home season, I should say. They came into today's game 4-0 on the year. They'll improve to 5-0 and 1-0 here at home. Like I said earlier and a few times already, stick around for after-game interviews that'll be coming up here in just a moment. If you can't stick around, I understand. And until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Going first. Which ones? These are the new ones. That's yours. Hey, excuse me. She has to do an interview. Oh my God. I just put it out.
All right, standing here with Lyric Swan, 32 points on the game here. Let's fix that for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no problem. We got to make sure the fans at home can hear you. 32 points in the game. Talked about it a few times during the broadcast, how Coach Cini really empowers you guys to feel like every shot is your shot. Had to feel like every shot was your shot here tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight I felt pretty good. Coach Mike, he gives us the green light. Everyone on the team has the green light, so he instills that confidence with us, every practice, so in the games. It feels natural for us.
Well, speaking of that green light, you obviously had the green light with the 32 points, but you also had 7 assists to go along with that. Did you get to a point in the game where you felt like, look, I got it going. Let me get some of my teammates going here today as well?
Yeah.
Slight work, right?
Yeah, slight work.
Obviously, the work's been put in the offseason, and you got a lot of work to put in for the rest of the season, sitting at 5-0 right now. Was it nice to get this first home game in?
Yeah, it was finally good to play on the court after being on the road for so long. So we're looking to keep this undefeated run going.
As long as they can, knock on wood. And I know this won't be the last time we talk to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you
for
having me.
Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have Patty here in 1 second. Had to get the name right, make sure, but I got the word here from Patty. You call me whatever you want. And you can have that kind of confidence when you put together a game like you had today. 18 points, but you only had 9 points at halftime.
Yeah.
So you came out with another big 9 in the second half. But I think what really stood out in your game was the defensive effort.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your defensive mindset.
I take pride in defense. I take pride in steals. You know, Coach Mike and Coach Reek, the coaching staff, they always give me the task of guarding the best player on the other team. So I have to set the pace early and set the tone for the rest of my teammates, you know, getting in the passing lane, getting those steals, making sure everybody's on point. So I take pride in defense.
Now, so they give you that assignment of guarding the other team's best offensive player. Is that something that's been thrusted upon you, or is that something that you actively want? You searched that out this year. I imagine in practice you're also guarding whoever you can guard on your own team, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of both. You know, I always play hard. I'm always applying pressure, sometimes too much pressure. As you can see, I picked up 2 early fouls in the first half, but I feel like I place it upon myself with how much pressure I apply, how much just being everywhere, being that gnat, you know, getting into the passing lanes, being in help side, talking to my teammates. So it's just a little bit of both. And, you know, I take what they give me. If they give me the best player, I'm going to do my best to hold her to 0 points.
Now, I talked about this with Lyric Swan, how Coach Cini really empowers you guys offensively to feel like every shot is your shot. And she talked about how you guys all have the green light. But I think that empowerment also speaks to or comes through on the defensive side as well. Do you feel like Coach Cini and the rest of the coaching staff empowers you guys defensively to realize and understand that if you guys get that job done offensively, or excuse me, defensively, it's going to give you that many more good opportunities on the offensive side?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he wants us to push it in transition, run our secondary. You know, he's always telling me, you, when I'm in transition. He's reminding me, like, look to attack first, and then if you don't have it, you know, we have our shooters out on the wing. I could jump stop, kick it out to them. So it definitely starts on the defensive end so we can get out and run. I feel like we're a very fast team in transition, so once we get that stop, it's hard to stop us.
Oh, speaking of fast, it's been a fast start to the year. 5-0 already here on the season, but 1-0 here at home. What did it mean to you to get this first home win?
It meant a lot. I mean, we had a couple of lapses on the road games, you know, starting slow, and but being home, you know, we had to apply the first punch, and we had to make a statement. You know, we trying to be ranked #1, so winning like this at home is one way to do it, to climb up that ladder.
It certainly is. That final score looking pretty good for you guys, and your game was looking pretty good here tonight. And just like I said to Lyric, I know this won't be the last time I talk to you this year. So congratulations on the good game and the great start to the year.
Thank you. What was your name?
My name's Aaron.
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
We'll talk to Coach Cini in just 1 second.
You're not sitting. Where's he at?
Stolen from you first.
That's all good.
You guys are on TV right now. Yeah, it's still live.
All right, now it's head coach Mike Seeney's turn, and I know you're a happy man right now given the way that scoreboard looks and also given the fact that moving out to 5-0. Talk to me about the quick start to the year.
You know, we had a tough schedule early, you know, on the road. We couldn't wait to get here and get home. We had 4 tough road games. We were traveling all over the place, and I knew we'd get some home cooking today. I told Rocco yesterday, I was like, man, hopefully we come here and make some shots. And we did. I was really proud of our effort.
Yeah, made quite a few shots with that score, 121 points put up. First 100-point game of the year. A good defensive effort. Just 3 points off of your lowest score you've given up this year was 56. Just 3 points off of that. So the defense was there as well. And I talked to Patty and Lyric before the game about how you and the rest of the coaching staff, you empower the players not just to realize that every shot is their shot offensively, but you empower them defensively to understand that you're going to get more shots with solid defense. Can you talk to me about that defensive effort?
That's the bottom line, Aaron. You know, we know if we get multiple stops, we're going to play ball in transition. And we're kind of hard to guard in transition because you got girls like Patricia who gets to the basket. You got girls like Lyric who can do both, and Jalen Swan, the sister, can do both, and Kendall Haggerty. You know, it's hard to cover everything. You know what I mean? And we like to speed people up, and it starts on the defensive end of the floor. And, you know, we've been playing like that all year. You know, we had a tough one against Cape Fear last week, and our defense kind of held us, you know, and we can get down transition when we get stops.
So 5-0 on the year to start and 1-0 here at home. Tell the fans at home why they need to come out to a game at the Castle and check out your squad.
Well, I'm sure, you know, you pumped us up today with 121 points on the board. I heard you over there from the other side, you know. It's entertaining. You know what I mean? It's entertaining. And, you know, we have some ball players who will get you out your seats, you know, and I'm really excited. It gets me going. You know,
yeah.
It gets me going. I'm excited. Now, like I tell the girls, I'm a fan of them. You know what I mean? I'm a fan out there, and I just want them to play ball, and they did that today.
And that comes through on the other side. You can tell that not just you, but the rest of the coaching staff are fans as well. So you fans at home, come out to the game. Come out to a game here at the Castle. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you again next time.
Too, man.
Thank you very much. You too as well. Thank you for joining us here today for the game, and we'll see you next time. I'm Aaron Thomas.